Tonight's tactical enhancement is a combination of caffeine and strong liquor. I'm gonna need both. Tonight we're playing Black Powder, 500 points, and it's the Prussians versus the Austrians. And I won't go through what everyone's got because we've only got so much time to play the game. We want to smash it out. But we have Generals Lou and Generals Dave, both waving arms at me even though I'm not pointing the camera at them. They're fielding the Austrians. Then we have General Sean and me fielding the Prussians. And after the bollocking that Sean gave me last week at Warhammer, I'm looking forward to doing it to somebody else. Right, so the general idea is we're coming in corner to corner. So somebody's coming into this corner, and somebody's coming in over that corner. We won the die for who goes first, as well as who gets what corner. And the way it works is that everyone's marching onto the table, so cavalry enters the table first, then the infantry. Do we do guns separately, or are we going to have the guns come on at the same time as the infantry?
Unless you've got horse artillery, guns come at the end.
Guns come last, unless you've got horse artillery. Oh, let me guess, you've got horse artillery. No, you don't. Oh, good. Well, that's all right then.
He had dragons instead.
So, we just have to roll really well so we can get our troops across the table to biff each other good and proper. On that note, we'll go directly into turn one. And, yes, it's Prussian turn one. We'll check in after that. End of turn one Prussia, and the way we're doing it is the cavalry comes on first, so we brought them up. We didn't roll hugely well for orders, but because we came on a road, these guys got to move up and form into squadron, into line. These guys did not come in on the road, but that's right, they'll reform next turn. We decided to hide behind the trees, although, well, I'll show you what happened in turn one for the Austrians in just a moment. Austrian turn one, and they went galloping all the way up here. What the hell did you roll for your orders?
3.
Got all 3 moves and ran up the fucking road. Right, so they're right next to us. They only need to move a 2 move.
I formed up, so 2 moves
to head up here. So the biff may be starting very shortly. And on that note, we better get some fucking infantry on the table. Yes. We'll check in at the end of Prussians turn 2. Right, so end of Prussians turn 2, and 2 things happened. One is we rolled for the cavalry. We decided that Sean's the cavalry commander, and he bollocks it up. He used the general for a reroll, and he still bollocks it up, so they didn't move. I then brought the infantry on and rolled very well, and then gave him some shit about it. And we moved the infantry from the road up to form a line along here, all in attack column. And this lot went the other side around the forest, so a whopping great big cluster of them. I would have liked to have gone forwards, but unfortunately there were some fucking horses in the way. And we'll now check in at the end of Austrian turn 2. Austrians turn 2. This lot came marching through the town and behind the hill. They only got 1 move, but they're in column. These guys marched up and then managed to form up again. And then the heavies came up behind them. I don't know who the heavies are, but these are more serious troops apparently.
They're the Royal Guard or something?
Royal Guard. Grenadiers, right, okay.
Austrians and
right, so then the cavalry decided to go galloping across the field to force my Landwehr troops into square. And they backed up a little bit because we made square just. We nearly fucked that up actually. So now we're going to go into Prussian turn 3 and we'll bring on the guns. Prussian turn 3. We're locked in square here. We managed to get a couple of shots out at them, didn't achieve a lot. What else do we manage to do? Sean has moved his cavalry commander, he's moved the cavalry up here with the dragoons. I'm not sure why, because they're the only vulnerable unit. But he's moving some horses around here to threaten the flank of them, and that'll distract them a little bit. Now, because these guys are in square, they can't move or reform or anything. They have to stay in square. They're effectively pinned, but they'll shoot. That's okay.
And you're within
And I move the guns up.
Side shot.
No shots yet, but I will have a lovely shot with both units through whatever comes up along here. And there's the combination fire with these guys up here. They'll probably try and run down the road here, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. Now we're going to Austrian, turn 3. End of Austrian, turn 3. Now they've kept gallivanting down the road with some encouragement from the general. These guys moved up in... is that an attack column? What the hell is that?
That is an attack column.
Is that one unit or is that 2?
That's 2.
That's 2 units, one behind... Oh, okay, next to each other.
Next to each other.
I see, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
And then these guys made it to the hill, so they've done rather well on their rolls.
You have.
Now, we've got some work to do because those cannon are up there. Now these cannon aren't in a completely shit position, but I may need to adjust them slightly. But basically, that's an awful lot of stuff coming down the flank. So we're going to have to deal with that with the Prussians. He's basically in the position he wants to be in. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be entirely advantageous for the... well, there's that too. But, I think it's probably safer to say we're pretty well squared off against each other. We've just got minor adjustments to make to tweak our position.
matter of skill and army composition.
So I think rather than waffling on about it, we should probably just get into the Prussians' turn 4. Prussian turn 4. Some things worked, some didn't. We got these guys into line. That's fine. We shot but didn't do anything. These guys decided the best thing to do is to go through the woods because the horses can't get them in the woods. Cover from the artillery as well, I suppose. And they'll be able to do some sort of support in due course. The guns adjusted their position a bit so they can shoot down this line of road should they need to, as well as through the field. Unfortunately, Sean rolled crap.
Again.
What did you roll for the
I rolled
general?
8 twice. They haven't moved in 2 turns.
Did you do a reroll for the general? He's not been used anyway.
No, I haven't. You had the general, so you've got to really declare it before.
Ah, well, he's nearby.
It's got to be close.
So anyway, that got in the way of the shooting, and we pulled this line back a bit because there's no defensive benefit to that fence. And with these guys gallivanting down the flank here, I figured I really do need to be in a better position to deal with them. And that's it. So not a lot of damage, but we're in an excellent position to receive the bollocks that comes down the road once the horsey boys here figure out what the fuck they're doing and get out of the way.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Luke?
We'll try. Alright, we'll go into the Austrian turn 4. And of Austrian turn 4, they thought they had a great advantage, but here's what actually happened.
It's the greatest line in wargame.
That thing failed to unlimber. These guys failed to form line. They did take one shot at this horse, but missed. These guys moved forward so they could get better shots and unloaded at these guys. Only 1 hit out of 4 shots, and that one was saved. Cavalry here galloped down a mighty big charge to try and catch this unit of cavalry that had sat around to the extent that it was unsupported because it had failed to follow its orders basically. But he didn't quite make it. He was 2 inches short. So they're just sitting there with their swords in their hands, as it were. And these lot, they moved down the road and changed formation. They actually rolled okay, but not quite good enough in order to be able to shoot these guys in the backside. So we have this situation where they've done the best laid plans and then rolled a whole lot of garbage, including the reroll from the general, in order to not really execute very much of it, which is a lovely reprieve after the last 2 turns of not getting things right at our end. Fog of command is helping us wonderfully this evening. On that note, we'll move into Prussians turn 5. Prussian turn 5, I think that was. Okay, we decided that no time like the present, we're to get them while they're in line. We charged up the hill. By some miracle, we won. They shot us on the way in, disrupted my guys so they didn't hit as well. 2 wounds got through. There's only 3 counters because it's the end of the turn and you take over the excess. So we really got punished, but we won the fight. And we put 4 wounds on these guys. So they're suffering, we're suffering. But we have all this lot supporting them. Sean sent some cavalry off down here, which is not a bad idea. Moved these guys up, shot at the horses there. I think I took a wound off them actually.
Yeah.
And that provided support to the cavalry that was there.
That's what we wanted.
So Sean charged the cavalry that was there and sent these guys up in support. It was a dead tie.
They can't charge.
Not many casualties, but we had that support that helped. So the cavalry just bounced off each other. The Austrians went up there, and Sean decided to withdraw ours here, which neatly gets in the way of these guys, which is great because we shot at them last turn, took a wound off there, and the cannon blasted up here, took 2 wounds off of them and disrupted them. So we've got them in check for at least 1 turn, and now we're going into the Austrian turn 5. End of Austrian turn 5. It's going into our turn in a moment. In the infantry fight over here, they won by 1. I rolled a bit shit, I have to say. Wasn't that bad, but it's enough to force me to do a roll, and that unit was pretty badly bashed up. They buggered off. The good news is that this unit's also quite beaten up, and we have plenty of other guys there, because that's one massive unit, whereas we've got ours spread across smaller units. Over here, now they had a rather optimistic bit of manoeuvring between the trees and a cavalry unit, which put them behind our cavalry unit. There was then a lovely big fight with that cavalry unit, and it was a tie, and they both took... No, actually, ours didn't take any wounds at all. They dished out some. These guys fell back. But because it was a tie, we had to fall back, and they put these guys behind them. If it was a tournament, there'd be a referee involved, there'd be griping and whatnot. In our case, let's just have another drink. But suffice to say, that cavalry unit is gone. Doesn't make a huge difference in the layout of the game, but yes, we've lost 1 cavalry unit and 1 infantry unit. We'll check in at the end of Prussian turn 6 and see if we can sort out something cunning. Turn 6 for Prussia. These cavalry stayed here basically to be ablative and to protect the line, because if they die it doesn't matter. These ones over here failed to move. Sean had these grandiose declarations of intent. It's like he's invading a foreign country with an incompetent army, and got nowhere. He was going to go around the back here and annoy the line. Didn't work. These guys moved up all in attack columns. I figured if I moved into line I'd only get 1 extra dice. And I might want to charge at some point, but charging is dangerous up the hill against that much shot, so I basically just advanced and fired on them. I disrupted them, but I think he made his saves. These infantry formed into line and shot at them, and I think they made the save. We fired at these guys and disrupted them. I think we took off another wound, so they're on 3. So yeah, it's disordered. And the cannon put some rounds up here and took 2 wounds off of this unit. Didn't disorder them though. Oh, and we fired another round over there. Didn't achieve much. It just adjusted the line a little bit to deal with a multitude of targets. So at the moment we're holding them. We're not winning, but we're not losing. And I think they're already doing the measuring and working out what they're going to do. Oh look, the sound effects in the background. They must be about to commit a charge.
Yeah.
We'll check in at the end of Austrian turn 6. End of Austrian turn 6. These guys decided to stay and shoot rather than fall back and disrupt the guys behind them, and they all missed. That was fantastic. Over here, these guys tried to do something, buggered it up, and ended up falling back 12 inches, just avoiding the edge of the table. These guys shot at the horses in front of them that were already buggered, and they happily absorbed the shot that otherwise would have gone into the line. So those horses are gone, but that makes no difference to the break test of the army. That unit was already expended. They did nothing with these guys except take a wound off. That was alright. And these chaps here reformed to be able to charge them next turn, but we will have repositioned, so that's less of a threat. Over here, this lot charged these guys in the woods. We shot them up, disrupted them, took 1 wound off, then copped a wound to the melee and did nothing back to them. So we lost, but we held. So we're still in good order. It is now Prussian turn 7. And look, oh, they're already moving. They've finally found their way all the way over there. So great, they're in the back line. That's what we wanted. But we'll follow up what happens there in a moment in Prussian turn 7. Prussian turn 7, I think that was. Alright, over here we moved up and we shot at them in line and we shot at them in column, and well, they saved the hits, including the criticals didn't pan out. These guys just moved up to provide some defence so they can go in either direction, but they're not contributing to the shoot. The cannon, one battery was able to fire. They moved up 6 and shot. Took 2 wounds off of them and disrupted them rather effectively. Over here, I manoeuvred these guys so that they're not going to be charged in the flank, so I can still form square. And we blasted away at that front line, and it's gone. They had to test, and they failed it. They chuffed off. These guys, do they have to do any tests with their mates gone? As infantry? Mates annihilated in
It
front
was
of them.
shooting, it wasn't combat.
Okay. Now these guys did actually pass the test, so they're actually in a dire condition. In the fight, we took an extra wound or 2, but we also did some wounds back to them. We lost, but we rolled well on morale, so we're holding the line in the woods, which is good. That's about it, I think. We're now into the Austrians, turn 7. Oh yes, and of course the cavalry went gallivanting around over there, so we'll see if they manage to do anything useful next turn.
I'm going to do a leap, try and get
Over to the Austrians, turn 7. Austrian turn 7, they fired into here. We saved the wounds, but they are sorted.
The supporters
Over here, they shot in and took a wound. Yes, they nearly fucked it up, but they managed to get in here and shoot at these guys. Not much in the way of effective shooting. I think they took 1 casualty off and disordered. We can handle that. The cavalry has about faced to go and deal with them, and I suspect that Sean's going to lead them in a merry chase around the table. Seems to be what he does. Oh, the cannon had another go at shooting at these guys and completely fucking missed. That's 2 turns in a row. Now the fight in the woods, I did knock some wounds off them. They knocked some wounds off of me. We lost, but we managed to just fall back. But they followed up to stay in contact. So that's a thing. Anything else I've missed here, gentlemen?
I don't think so, Christopher. Well, how many wounds
They
have you
tend
got
to
per
face.
day?
That's got 3.
That one's got 3 wounds.
Okay.
No, hang on. How's it only got 1? I'm sure I shot the shit out of that before.
You saved them though, that's probably why.
Okay. So they're on 3. They're on 3 now. They're on...
They're on 3 as well. They could be busted.
Yeah, you might be in deep shit.
That's not shaken. Broken.
That's the only one that's not being touched.
Is that shaken?
Yep, shaken and shaken.
Shaken,
They're done.
shaken, and
You still do that.
They still do that, but they run.
but they bugger off.
Yep,
Alright, that's a shame. I was going to charge them. I had a flank charge on those bastards.
Well, they were.
They just keep moving back.
Alright, so
Go back to 12 inches. You just fall back 1.
but your 3 big Austrian units that are remaining, they're all still there. So they're alright, but these ones are in a bad way.
Yep. No, they're still good.
For now.
For now.
Oh, well, we'll just have to shoot the fuckers with the
How
cannons, I
many
guess.
is in this unit? This
4.
two.
Oh,
There's
4
4.
split up.
1,
One
2,
went away.
3, 4.
And 2 are still good.
Oh, 2 and 2.
One's gone, one's fine, and these guys.
So
have
he's,
got,
you got to shake both of these or that.
Yeah.
oh, I see.
You probably
Alright.
won't charge that on the hill.
No, I'm not going to charge it. It's fresh. All right. Well, no worries. That's the challenge set. We'll see what we can do in Prussian turn 8. All right. So into Prussian turn, and over here we move some guys up to get in point blank range, which is good. They put a
sure.
wound on, and they
Turn the
disordered them.
cannon. Oh, you can't.
These guys missed. These guys got a round on. So there's 1 or 2 wounds on that unit, and they're disordered. That's perfect. It's going to slow them down.
It'd be an
We
unfair
move these
target
guys up
for troops.
here with the hope that we can maybe help push the situation up here, because there's superfluous requirements. That freed the way for my cannon, which blasted these guys and forced a test and disordered them. But they passed the test. We'll see if they get rid of their disorder.
I'll do that.
And we put some rounds onto these guys, gave them a wound, and I thought I disordered these guys, maybe not. Either way, they took a
I'd
casualty.
like to, but I've got to turn around.
So there's a lot more casualties on the Austrians than there is in the Prussians at the moment. Oh yes, and we continue this rollicking fight. This fight's been going on for ages, and we actually won it, even though we're in line, because we did 1 casualty to each other, and this cannon was giving support. But they're so enthusiastic about the fight, even though all their friends have fucked off, that they stuck around. So this fight continues yet again.
Cavalry together.
On that note, over to the Austrians. We'll check in after that. End of Austrian turn. They shot. They blatted at these guys. They took a wound off of them. But that was all. Over here, these guys and these guys blasted these guys. I really didn't think that through. I probably should have moved back a bit. Disrupted them and or disordered, whatever the word is, and knocked them back a bit. Now the good news in the the cavalry over there has gone to check Sean's cavalry. Who knows what they're going to do next?
I don't know what they're doing.
And the good news is, in this almighty fight that seesawed here, we actually won combat. And while the Austrians didn't break, they did have to fall back. But because the rest of their regiment, or whatever it is busted up, they're basically gone. That lot is all falling back. So the Austrians have lost 1 out of, I think, 3 of their regiments. This one's in good order. These guys are shaken. One of the units is gone, and this one's in reasonably good order. We just got to throw everything we've got at these guys and try and bust them up, because otherwise I think they'll be able to dump enough at us in the following turn that we'll be busted up. Because I think I've lost 1 unit. They're shaken and they're shaken. Yes, 1, 2. No, I've got 3 shaken and 1 lost. So we really need to break a couple of things. Alright, we established a line, and a line blasted them, disordered them thoroughly, knocked a wound off. They're soaking up quite a lot of fire. I marched up to do enfilade, and then missed. These guys did nothing and recovered a wound, so I'm down to 2 shaken units instead of 3. These guys shot at them, another wound or 2, disordered them again. And the cannon, meanwhile, hit that unit there that was already smashed and just annihilated them. Basically, the job was done. Sean sent his cavalry all the way over here on a mad charge up the duff or something, which I ended up cannoning.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been fantastic if it had made it.
It would have gone through this.
Would have gone through into these. Yeah, good point. Instead, he's sitting there getting hit by these guys, so there's not a lot we can do about that. Sean did suggest that I shoot at them, but I thought it was more important to break the line and preserve mine. Partly because, he's in charge of those troops. And that's it. End of Austrian turn 9, we think thereabouts. We're calling it for time, and because we're at a point where the difference between victory and loss is whether or not we got a rule right 2 turns ago. So we figure that's good enough to call. So as it stands, these guys shot the hell out of these guys actually, but they're still there. The cavalry smashed Sean's cavalry in the flank there, because Sean did his mad charge, but then left his flank open to these guys. It was entertaining, but over here, these guys just dropped all their fire onto these blokes and smashed them pretty hard. They passed morale to stick around, but they fell back, but they're still in the game. And that's it. You don't have that much left aside from those guys to fight with. So in the end, we've both got the Austrians have an intact cavalry brigade. Our cavalry brigade's gone. They've lost 1 infantry brigade. The other brigade is down to 2 units out of 4, both which are on the verge of being shaken. But the Germans got a lot of disordered units from the shooting. But these guys are shaken. These guys are shaken. These guys are shaken, although I was going to fix them up in a moment. And we got a unit that's lost. So we've got, yeah, it's pretty close. If they'd shaken 1 more German unit, so 1 more Prussian unit, we would have broken. If we'd shaken 1 more Austrian unit, they would have broken. So a very close game. So draw your own conclusions as to who has the tactical advantage going into the next Prussian turn. It's a dice roll, but I would have loved to have charged them. Although I probably might have got charged in the flank from the cavalry for trying. Yeah, really tight game. It swung either way. Either side could have won. A few things here and there. So, gentlemen, what have we learned?
Roll 4+ on 5 dice twice is skill.
Hills are good to defend.
Yeah, it was hard work getting up there.
Hard work getting up the
that
hill.
+1 for the hill
Yeah.
kept you out of trouble.
No, we didn't lose the hill.
I mean, we weren't after the hill. We just wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming around the flank with cavalry diverts
Yeah.
other cavalry.
Certainly did.
Actually, I think that would have
was
that
a
kind of
game
like
changer.
it was a game.
I mean, to
It
be
was a
fair,
game
if
changer.
you weren't having as much fun,
100%.
you still would have had cavalry.
For 3 turns. When we
Yeah,
could have been hitting this
it-
group
yeah,
here
it
to
kept-
win the hill.
You should have gone in.
Yeah.
Kept them out of the line.
You should have gone
It
in.
stopped
You
me
could just-
from being pushed into square and then shot with cannon.
I didn't think about
Chris, you also decided not to charge him up the hill. And that
Yeah,
changed
I smashed the first
That was a
unit,
good rule, man.
but it cost me so much that I thought, no, we better just outshoot them.
Yeah.
Nearly worked. Well, I mean, it did work. We didn't lose, but
You
it,
covered. I couldn't just turn.
a couple more good dice and we could have killed them. But we didn't count the terrain properly for cover. So that was a factor as well earlier in the game.
But this is the interesting.
There's one other thing. Sean didn't count on changing his formation and lost 1 movement over the
Oh, I'm trying to get over the bridge.
So
Right.
technically he was behind 18 inches.
I was a bit surprised he didn't run up the river actually, but
So
anyway.
that slowed him down.
What you do is you.
Yeah. I mean, it's all well and good to have cunning tactics, but it's not Warhammer. You've actually got to roll dice to see if they work yet.
I understand this shit. I think we're just getting like we're fine tuning now.
Well, yeah, the game works fine. The rules work
And then
fine.
is your chain of command, Chris.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a look at this because rules is written a bit confusing. So we're not sure if I've got 2 brigade commanders, 1 for each block of 4, or 1 brigade commander for all 8. But either way, I've had to stretch out my chain of command with the general and with other guys in order to be able to issue orders to a 4-foot-long fucking infantry brigade. So that's interesting. We'll have to have another read of it.
The other thing was no one got within 12 inches of your cannons. They all stayed away.
Well, the only guys that got within 12 didn't even know they were there. But yeah, the cannon did what the cannon do and
They stayed away from it.
kept us in the game, frankly. All right, well, thank you for watching. Do hit like, subscribe, comment. The algorithm needs all the help it can get these days. And time to call it a night.